Sir Frederick Joranson, recently knighted for capturing the fearsome dark elf of Syron, was sitting in his brother's spacious bedchamber, elbows propped on his knees, waiting for his brother to wake up. Keeping in mind how drunk Malgred had gotten yesterday, he was not going to awaken any time soon. Frederick sighed, trying to hold down his impatience and frustration. He would wait as long as it took. Malgred owed him an explanation. Drunk or sober, you didn't throw such words lightly. The knight glanced at the clock. It was almost 10. He wondered whether he should wake Malgred, and decided not to, for the servants' sake. Malgred must have been ridiculously harsh with his servants. The way that poor fellow's eyes widened in fear as he begged Frederick not to enter the bedchamber. Frederick thought his brother was with a woman. But it turned out he wasn't. He just hated to be bothered while he slept. Malgred always liked to play royalty and order servants around, but not to such extent. His manners must have become worse since he was appointed governor. The thought of the appointment completed the circle, and once again brought the question up. Was there any truth to what Malgred had said? The way it matched Frederick's own gnawing doubts, there had to be. "Don't get too proud, brother. Your knighthood is no more deserved than my governorship." Everyone seemed to silently agree that Malgred was not the best choice for governor. Everyone except Malgred himself, Frederick thought. But yesterday, in a bout of drunken honesty, his brother had admitted that even he understood he was not qualified for the position. That alone would have shocked Frederick enough. Paired with the phrase about the knighthood, it left him reeling. What do you mean?" he demanded, grabbing his brother's arm, but Malgred was too drunk to explain. Frederick remembered the battle very well. He had replayed it in his mind many times, too. He knew he had given his all to the fight and nearly lost his life. Twice, actually. Once was when the elf had first attacked and Frederick was overwhelmed by the sheer force of it. The enemy was incredibly strong and excellent with the blade. The second time was when Frederick had slipped. The elf was quick to lunge. Frederick was still amazed that he'd somehow managed to be even quicker and dodge the blow. He was exhausted when he had at last knocked the enemy down, pressed his sword arm to the ground with his knee, and held the blade to his throat. The elf was panting as well, glaring at him with those hateful red eyes. He accepted his defeat and surrendered, but somehow Frederick couldn't get rid of the feeling that the elf had something else up his sleeve, something he chose not to use for some reason. There was no other weapon found on him, and he was wounded. While being shackled, with daggers held to his neck and heart, he made no attempt to resist or break free. With time, Frederick almost convinced himself that his nagging doubt was unfounded. Almost. And now, Malgred's statement. Did he know something Frederick didn't? His brother's terrified shriek jerked Frederick out of his thoughts. The knight jumped to his feet, ready to fend off an attack, but there wasn't one. No one was here. Only him and Malgred, who was now awake, staring at him with a crazy look on his face, panting. "Goodness, Malgred, it's only me. What on earth?" His brother sat up and brought a shaking hand to his forehead. "Darn it, Frederick. Don't you ever do this again. Who let you in? Sheldor? I'll have his head for it." Frederick stared back in disbelief. Malgred was never the bravest, but this... "Calm down. You look like you've seen a ghost," he said, trying not to show how disgusted he was with his brother's cowardice. Then it dawned on him, as some other recent changes in Malgred's behavior came to mind too. "Have you received threats?" Malgred muttered something unintelligible and reached for the carafe on the nightstand. "Who's threatening you?" Frederick pressed on. "Have you reported it? Does it have something to do with being the governor?" "There you go, already made up a story." Malgred seemed to pull himself together after he drank from the carafe, not bothering to pour glass. He was still very pale, though. "No one's threatening me. I just had a bad dream. What are you doing here, anyway?" Frederick wasn't convinced. "It didn't look like you were having a bad dream.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.